were here 2 days ago. We're not getting out of here, man. We have no food. We have no water. We're not going to get out of here, man.
Listen to me. Listen to me. We are going to get out of here. Come on. Hello? Hey, let me call you back. You got a cell phone? My bill's been really high. You're going down!
Next time, try Ariel. With free weekend calling to anywhere in the U.S., you can use your phone freely.
I'm so excited. It's Target's 2-day sale. What if I oversleep? What if I forget my checkbook? Target has Garth Brooks' latest releases, The Magic of Christmas, and Garth Brooks and the Life of Chris Gaines. I love Garth. I love Chris. I don't know who I love more.
Target's 2-day sale starts Friday. Come in early for incredible savings and surprises.
You need a map?
Oh, come on! I've got to get to Target.
And now, a forbidden subject in Hollywood. You can't help but notice that a number of very famous actresses almost seem to be wasting away. You know the names and you know the stories that have swirled around the industry about eating disorders. But what you may not know is that some fear even talking about it can get a woman fired. Tonight, a number of prominent actresses are breaking the silence to tell Elizabeth Vargas a cautionary tale.
Glamour, beauty, the feminine ideal. There was a time when it looked curvaceous and full-figured, like this.
That to me was a woman. That's what I wanted to be.
But the sultry, voluptuous look of yesterday has gone the way of mink stoles and evening gloves. The chic look in Hollywood these days can be summed up in one word: skinny. Suddenly, many of Hollywood's hottest names are popping up looking shockingly, some say even dangerously, thin.
I am so afraid that we are going to be watching television and see one of our actresses drop dead on TV in front of us in order for us to wake up and pay attention.
The change in these actresses is astonishing. Judge for yourself. This is the practice's Laura Flynn Boyle 5 years ago. Here she is today. This is Helen Hunt in 1987. Here she is in 1999. Friends Jennifer Aniston 2 years ago, Aniston now. Courtney Cox Arquette before, Courtney Cox Arquette after. Spice Girl Victoria Beckham as she was 2 years ago, and as she is now.
Whatever.
Without pointing fingers, actress Eliza Donovan of Clueless says the new ultra-thin trend is alarming.
There are several people that I can tell you unequivocally are anorexic.
Who are in Hollywood.
Yeah, and I only say that because I know it, because I've been there.
Donovan says she is not surprised to see so many actresses looking so thin. She knows how easy it is to lose perspective in this town. It happened to her.
I was never overweight, ever. But I started to feel like I'm not getting the things that I wanted. I'm not successful and I'm not happy because I'm fat.
To Donovan, this was fat. So she slowly began to starve herself.
At my worst, I was eating a half a teaspoon of yogurt in the morning.
A half a teaspoon of yogurt?
And a cup of grapes at night.
That's all you ate all day long?
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
The 5'6" Donovan starved herself down to a sickly 90 pounds.
I can remember other actresses saying, "You don't eat anything, do you? You're gonna die soon."
You do have a sauna, don't you?
It took nearly dying and a trip to the emergency room for Donovan to seek help. She is now recovered and working again on television sitcoms like Just Shoot Me. She says she sees eating disorders all around her and fears this super thin trend will get worse before it gets better.
But most importantly, she was happy with herself.
Kathy Najimy of Veronica's Closet blames a lot of the trend on the pressure actresses get from the industry to look a certain way.
I heard firsthand about a meeting that an actress had where the network called her in and said, "We're trying to appeal to the, 12-year-old boy to 25-year-old boy demographic," or whatever it is. And in order to hook them in, we need you to lose 15 pounds.
Najimy herself succumbed to that pressure. She lost 160 pounds trying to look more like Hollywood's thin ingenues. She says even the skinniest of women believe they have no choice but to get thinner.
They want to work. They want to be accepted. And in order to do that, women aren't stupid. They see what kind of women are being hired, and they're fine-tuning their lives and their bodies to fit that. And that's what's dangerous.
I want to get fat.
And this is the woman, some say, who set this new standard. Callista Flockhart. She is famous for her role in Ally McBeal, but she is also famous for her weight and the speculation that she is anorexic, something she has repeatedly denied. Now others are facing that same accusation. Although none of the actresses we contacted would discuss their weight with us, here's what some of them have said publicly. In W Magazine, Jennifer Aniston says, "I swear I eat more now than I ever did in my life. I just work out more." Spice Girl Victoria Beckham says, "It's irresponsible to say I'm dieting and anorexic. After a baby, you are dashing about all day." Laura Flynn Boyle's mother is quoted in People magazine saying, "She has no eating problems. She's Irish, and she has that fast metabolism. People would kill for her metabolism." This is what Courtney Cox Arquette told Access Hollywood.
I think it's such a boring story. Having the same weight for so long, I think it's just stupid.
But Courtney Thorne Smith reportedly said if she were not on Ally McBeal, she'd be 5 pounds heavier, but won't risk it for fear she'll look big next to her size 2 castmates.
I see these women.
Actresses rarely discuss their weight or the alleged pressure to be ultra-thin. The former star of Designing Women, Delta Burke, is one of the rare few who will.
Why do you think so many in Hollywood are so reluctant to speak up about this?
Because you get fired, you get pressured, you get blacklisted, you get all kinds of things happening to you. This is a business that your only worth is how do you look? Are you thin enough and young enough and pretty enough? That's your only currency.
She would have just gotten thin before the next reunion and...
Burke says she learned that lesson the hard way. No matter how good she looked, she was never thin enough, she says, even when she looked like this.
I just came by to tell you some fantastic news.
I was still being told, look how huge your legs are, or butt's too big. I look back on the footage now and I was a damn goddess. And I had no idea that I was beautiful and shapely and curvy and womanly and wonderful. And why did I buy into it? Why couldn't I see what I was in the mirror?
But as bad as the problem was back then, Burke says it's even worse now.
First of all, we didn't used to have the size 0 in the fashion world. What is that about? Because nobody's a 0. That didn't used to be. And now all I hear is, oh, she's a size 0. What the heck is that?
Burke says it's about time for Hollywood to accept women of all sizes. Meanwhile, week after week, American families sit in front of their television sets, their daughters watching as their favorite actresses seem to disappear.
What kind of message do you think this sends to young women and girls to see the leading actresses in Hollywood right now looking, many of them, very, very thin?
I think it sends an incredibly tragic message. It's really a crime that, number one, you should look like this, that if you look like this, you will be happy, successful, wanted, and loved, and you can, because they do, so you can too.
There are kids coming up, 6 years old, grabbing their upper inner thigh going, "Daddy, am I too fat? Are my legs big?" At 6.
Is it any wonder when you see billboards like this local ad for Friends that ran in South Dakota? For everyone's sake, says Kathy Najimy, it's time for Hollywood to take the lead and rewrite the story.
I think producers need to take responsibility. They need to weigh every word that they say to actresses about their weight, because they could literally be killing someone.
And Kathy Najimy believes the problem is worse on television than in the movies, because she says less weight makes actresses look younger, and she says TV programs are targeted to appeal to teenagers. We'll be right back.